Hello and welcome to another Glenmany Talks Chelsea, and tonight it was Chelsea 1, Krasnador 1 in the Champions League group game, and it was what it was. It was a game that had nothing resting on it. Chelsea had already qualified, so we put, say, a weaker side out than we would normally. We had Kepa in goal. We had Aspie at right back. In the middle, we had Christensen and Rudiger, and on the left, we had Emerson. In midfield, we had Billy Gilmour. Great to see him back. What a prospect that lad is. We have Billy Gilmour back, playing just in front of Jorginho and Kovacic. And then on the left, a Champions League debut for Faustino Angerin. Those that watch these videos, little vlogs of mine, know that I've mentioned him before, and I think he's a massive prospect. Started a little bit tentatively tonight, but grew into the game, and I think we didn't see the best of him tonight, but once he's in full flow, he's a monster, trust me. We had Tammy up front, and we had Kai Havertz on the other side. So yeah, it was a bit, you know, that fireworks you get, that's a dud. You're expecting, it's called, I don't know, outrageous Billy Boller angel explosion, and you put your match on it, and it's a dud. Well, that's what tonight's game really was. But do you know what? It gave minutes to some people that needed minutes. Billy Gilmour being one of them. And so I'll just make it quick tonight. For those of you that watched it, it was a bit of a non-event really. It was going through the motions. It was just finishing off. But we went 1-0 down. I don't know if Mendy would have saved the goal or not. Kepa was going one way, made a step one way, and then tried to dive the other. I don't know. He didn't have much to do tonight, and I'm not gonna slate him, and yeah, it was what it was. And then a foul on Tammy Abraham after an excellent ball, it must be said, from Kai Havertz to put him through. He got brought over, and then we had the little hop, skip and jump from Jorginho from the penalty spot, and tonight it worked. So on Twitter, he's probably back to being the best penalty taker ever in the history of the game, having been the worst penalty taker ever in the history of the game after he missed the last one. I don't know, I'm not going on Twitter. So yeah, it was what it was. So I'm just going to score the players tonight. I'm going to give Kepa a 6.5. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't have much to do. He made one decent save, and I don't know if he could have saved the goal or not. I'm not going there. I'm not going to give him any more stick than... He doesn't look. He still tonight didn't look like he had an awful lot of confidence, but didn't have a lot to do. Probably good to get him back. Because let's face it, if Mendy got injured, we'd probably have him in goal. So best to have the best possible Kepa there as number 2. And I heard a couple of people singing his name, and I'm pleased. I'm pleased actually. He's a young lad, and he's been through a lot, let's face it. You know, it's all right saying, oh, he earns 150 grand a week. It must be a bit of a blow softener, I'll admit, but still good to see a Kepa full of confidence. Right back, Aspie, I thought he was excellent tonight. I'm giving Aspie an 8. Christensen, I thought he was very good, 7.5, and Rudiger was solid as a rock, wasn't he? He didn't quietly went about his business. Couple of really good blocks, distribution good. Kepa's going to get a 7. Rudiger's going to get a 7.5 from me as well. Emerson, didn't think it was his best game. His deliveries from corner were pretty below par. I thought it was Willian. I thought it was Willian in disguise. They're both Brazilian, aren't they? It must be a Brazilian corner thing, because he couldn't get it past that first man, could he? Emerson, I'm going to give a 6.5. I think perhaps I've been spoilt by Chilwell there, and probably by Mason Mount's delivery as well. So yeah, I midfield, Jorginho. I've got on my notes here that Jorginho gave the ball away cheaply 7 times during that game. I'd have to look it back, but I've noted them down. I just got little ticks there against his name. Scored a penalty. It's not had many minutes lately. I'm gonna give him a lot of times to get the ball away, isn't it? 6.5. I'll give him a 7. It's nearly Christmas. And I feel like Santa Claus. So Jorginho is going to get a 7 from me. Yeah. Billy Gilmour. Wasn't it great to see him back? And I don't think he put a foot wrong. One pass, he misconstrued. I don't know, what would you call it? One pass went astray in the first half. Other than that, he was excellent. Always wants the ball, always making himself available, always on an angle, and some of the passing was sublime. People that watch these vlogs know how highly I rate him. To be fair, if you had a chance to sell Jorginho and keep Billy there, that's what I'd do. A 19-year-old with all that potential. But there you go. I'm not the manager, so but I rate him very, very highly. And tonight I'm going to give him an 8.5, and I'm going to make him man of the match, because I thought he made himself available all the time. Excellent, absolutely excellent. Kovacic, he was okay. Lots of hard work. He gets a 7.5 from me. Again, probably needs the minutes. I thought he was excellent in his last game. Not quite on it tonight, but I suppose it's all right saying you've got to be professional, but it must be hard to raise your game when you know you've already qualified. Yeah, Havertz tonight, again, a little bit off the boil. Great pass to set up Tammy for the penalty. Did loads of good things and loads of things that you wouldn't expect him to do. But like I said to you, and like I'll keep saying until certainly next season, I don't think we'll see the best of him till then. He's a young man. He's getting used to stuff. Just getting back from an illness, and yeah, he lost the ball on 3 occasions in danger areas. You know, it's all right losing it on the edge of their box, but when you lose it on a halfway line, Frank needs to. I said, young man, he's learning. He's got so much great about his game, but he needs to cut that out of his game, in my humble opinion. So, Faustino, and you're in. He did great. He's getting an 8 from me. For a young man making his European debut, I thought he was, after the first 15 minutes, I thought he was outstanding. First 15 minutes, he looked nervous. He was going for the simple ball, sometimes cocking that up, if I'm brutally honest. And then afterwards, he started. So he had a weight lifting off his shoulders, and yeah, he was really, really good. A lot of positive stuff. I love to see players running at players, and he's a beast. He's powerful as well. So we're going to hear a lot more of that lad, and he's a decent centre forward as well. The boy can finish. Tammy. Hmm. 6.5. Mr. Offside tonight. Header that hit his shoulder that he should be putting away. Worked hard. Didn't hold the ball up particularly well, but I put a shift in. 6.5. And that's it really. I'm not going to score those the subs that come on. They didn't really have time to get into the game or make any sort of impact. Krasnador were okay. They are what they are. They're a third place in the Champions League team if they're in up against a fourth team that's really quite weak. And let's face it, Lille have looked quite poor really. Krasnodar have done well. They weren't even in existence, were they? About, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that. But they done well. Threw everything they could at the game. Even brought on a Bond villain, Chernoff. Didn't he look like that Bond villain? And Aspie got booked for a foul on a Bond villain. So you can't do no more than bring a James Bond villain on, can you? They were okay. They weren't going to set the world alight. And my condolences to Manchester United tonight, by the way. The Thursday night club. I shouldn't be like that, should I? Yeah, I should. So yeah, we drew with a team. We didn't have an awful lot of drive tonight. It was what it was. An end of group game that meant nothing. So on to Everton on Saturday, and I'm hoping for a much better performance and a first team out that put in the sort of performances that we've got used to of late, and I'm sure that'll happen. Okay, well, quick one from me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I shall speak to you after the Everton game. If you can subscribe, that would be brilliant. I think I'm up to 88 subscribers now, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If I could get a few more, that would be even better. Tell all your friends. There's this old geezer who talks about Chelsea after their games. Go and have a look to see if you agree with him or disagree with him, and let him know either way. Thanks for watching again, folks, and speak to you Saturday.